Dirt Everyday Extras go live every weekday on Motor Trend On Demand, and you can see them all with a free 30-day trial at motortrendondemand.com. Here's an example of an episode you missed last week. This Dirt Everyday Extra, we are out here in Moab, and this is one of the Jeep corporate concept vehicles. This is known as Quicksand. So what Jeep does is every year when they come to Moab, they bring different concept vehicles, and this one is the idea of a hot rod Jeep Wrangler built to go play in the sand. This is straight out of like a 70s little model car, maybe a Hot Wheels, a toy, and it's just awesome looking. It's got such cool lines. It's got some crazy hot rod things going on. So let's take it from the top. Under the hood is a 392 Hemi crate engine, and it has an 8-stack fuel injection system. I drove it down here to set up for filming, and the thing just runs really smooth. It's rowdy. It has some exhaust that you can open up to get more noise out of it, or you can close it up and it just cruises right along. Notice how the tires are smaller in the front versus the back. Those are 32s in the front, 37s in the back. They stretched out the wheelbase a little bit, and obviously they massaged the entire body. All of the front fenders are gone, but then they brought all of this up, opened up the hood, chopped the top, put in like a Lexan windshield. Really cool kind of hot rod-esque mirrors. The doors open with a little pop right here. Really nice red pleated seats. The roll bar is kind of like a asymmetrical. It's taller over the driver than the passenger, and it's been coated, so it kind of gives it a chrome-esque look, but I don't think it's actually chrome. It's some sort of powder coating. The tires have like the knockoff style wheels with the Anson slot look, and then they did sort of the comp cut that a lot of guys have been doing for years on Jeeps. Notice the Detroit rocket fuel only. This is the thing that the Jeep guys do. When they come out with a concept vehicle for Moab, it's always over the top, and it always has all of these cool little things that you just don't find every day. But there's also neat things in every concept vehicle that is something that maybe we'll see in the future. You never know, because there's obviously a new Wrangler coming in the next year. And so we look at this thing and we go, all right, there's nothing on this that could possibly end up in a new Wrangler. But maybe there are. Maybe there's something here that we're missing. Like this thing has 2 fuel fillers. There's one on this side and there's one on that side to the fuel cell in the back. Now, wouldn't that be an obviously simple upgrade to any Jeep? Like when you pull into the gas station, if you could fill up the fuel on either side, maybe the Wrangler guys are showing us something. Maybe in the future, a future Wrangler will have 2 fuel fillers just to make it that much easier to fill up when you get to the gas pumps. So you also may have noticed there's a fuel tank up front, but it's really not a fuel tank. Even though it looks like one of the Moon style spun aluminum fuel tanks, it actually hides a winch inside. And on the back, there's a parachute. So look at this. Like any hot rod drag car would have a parachute, but in reality, it's not a parachute. It is a case that holds extra recovery rope. So it looks like a parachute, but it has a useful feature where there's more winch rope inside there in case you're like really buried way out away from a recovery point. That's what's so cool about the guys at Jeep when they make these concepts. Like everything is just done that extra step with all types of cool little tricks that you don't always catch every day. And I mean, they've got this spiky license plate holder. They're running Big King shocks for out playing in the dunes. So this thing works, but it also has cool aesthetic features that you don't get every day. Notice how the doors have aluminum panels that are really clean and simple. And just a single door pop up on top, accessible both inside and out, because there's no windows here. I mean, this is just a toy, but it's such a cool toy. It's such a cool hot rod. And you got to check it out. It's got a manual transmission. Like, it's got this big Getrag transmission with that healthy V8. It's not exactly built for tall guys, because you can see the roof, which has all been cropped out and then cut open, has these aluminum supports, and they're right there at your head. You got to be careful. Luckily, I'm a whopping 5'8", so I can fit in here just perfect. It's like they built it for me. Actually, one of the stories I heard was a guy from a Jeep magazine, or one of the off-road magazines, was discussing this type of build with some of the designers a few years ago. And so it's pretty cool because it's actually come to fruition. It's such a cool build. So you hit your arming button here, turn your key to make sure that you're getting all your fuel pumps and everything on. And look at this. You hear the cutouts in the exhaust? There's a switch right here that says obnoxious. Or quiet. Look at that. It just shuts it down. It's the Jeep Quicksand. It's pretty awesome. Do we think they'll ever make one? Probably not, but hopefully. If you need more Dirt Everyday Extra, go sign up for a 30-day free trial right now.